Oh my lord, when I tell you this morning has been chaotic, it has been chaotic. I have been running around here, there, and everywhere, and I am still somehow running late, which sucks because I never run late. We are very punctual people in this household. In fact, we're early. We're always early. So being late stresses me out, but deep breaths. It's all gonna be fine. So, the other day I got a call from one of my guide dog trainers, Karen. Hey, one of my other clients is in LA, and I think it would be so great if you guys could meet. And I was like, who is it? And she told me, and I was like, yeah, of course we've got to meet. It is Shayla Brown. I have followed her on Instagram, right here, for years now. She received her first Mira dog, I believe when she was around 15. She's, I'm pretty sure 18 now. And her dog, number one, looks very like Elton John. So that's gonna be too much cuteness to handle. And number two, she is killing it in the acting world as a little blind actress, which I'm so happy and so excited about. She's been in she's in this movie coming out really soon called Women Talking. She's been in plays, and I just can't wait to meet her. I'm so excited. So she is coming over. I'm gonna get to meet her dog, Elton. I believe her dog's name is Libby. I keep saying I believe, because I've never met her. We've never talked. This is all me speculating. So we're gonna find out. I'm pretty sure she's even shorter than me, perhaps. Another little fellow petite gal with a big fluffery nose. So yeah, her dog looks very similar to Elton. I think like a little bit more white on the chest and chin than him. And it's a female. Should be a little bit older than him. So that's gonna be so fun. I literally just planned this with her yesterday. And you know me, gift giving is my love language. I can't meet somebody and not give them a gift. So I very quickly ran yesterday to Elton's favorite dog store so that we could get Libby a gift. I've brought Elton to his absolute favorite place on earth, the bakery for dogs. I think there's about 4 locations around LA. This, I think, is the OG one. It's at the Grove. And he's obsessed. It's his favorite. He always tries to bring me here. And I'm gonna pick up some treats for Libby and Elton, and I'm going to get a toy for Libby and maybe one for Elton if he's really lucky. And let's go inside. Virage.
Oh, there's the wolf cream pie. There's the animal style burger.
That's the one Elton got
Oh
the
my
first
gosh.
time
Yes,
from
I remember
Braden.
that from Braden. Hi.
Thank you.
And then there's the grain-free paw cakes. The grain-free mutter butter bars. Oh, they sound nice. The mutter butter bars.
That does sound yummy.
And the barking brownie.
Oh, I kind of want some of these. Jesus.
Yes, I know. They sound so good.
We've secured the goods. We got a mutter butter bar, a brownie, and a carrot cake. I might have to give him one today. And I picked up 2 toys. I picked up a pink donut for Libby, and I picked up a teddy bear for Elton John, because he is a real life teddy bear. And then this morning, as I found out she was on the way, I like threw together this little gift, and I'm super self-conscious about it because it's like nowhere near as good a gift as I usually give. Libby's probably gonna think this is for her. It's not my best work. In fact, I'd argue it's some of my worst, but it's a little goodie nonetheless. I'm so excited to just talk to her about her life, her journey, working in the industry as like an actual working, successful blind actress, and just get to know her a little bit. So
Do you remember when you gave her the giveaway years ago?
yeah, my mom says she actually won one of my giveaways
Years ago. I'd
So
say it was 6 years ago.
she's like an OG follower. We're gonna have to see. I'm gonna ask her about that because I mean I've done many a giveaway through the years, but I believe you. I trust you. If you say
Oh
we
yeah, I
give her-
always remember Shayla. She's just so cute.
she's adorable. I think you guys are gonna love her. She seems wise beyond her years from her like Instagram stories and stuff. She's a phenomenal singer. It's always nice to meet somebody who's like as passionate about representation in Hollywood as I am. And yeah, this is gonna be really fun. And who doesn't love like a little cute meet, little doggy cute meet? You gonna meet a girlfriend? Gonna meet a potential girlfriend? Do you like the older women? Yeah? Oh my god, I'm so excited for you to meet a little guide doggy from Mira. A little Mira friend. Oh yeah, it's gonna be so nice. It's gonna be so nice. Okay, they were just waiting for me at Starbucks. Like I'm not going to Starbucks, but because I was running late, which makes me feel so bad, which is why I'm so panicky. They went to Starbucks to wait for me, and so they just texted us. I just texted them.
Hello.
I'm chaotic. We just texted them that I'm ready, and they just said they're at Starbucks, and that reminded me I have a bunch of Braille Starbucks gift cards preloaded because I'm sending them to a bunch of my blind friends for the holidays. And so I'm gonna throw one of those in. Part of the reason LT Cheese Melty is like hyper right now is because A, he feels my chaotic energy and he is fully like energizing off of that. And 2, he keeps smelling the dog bakery goods from his favorite bakery. So he's like, oh my god, chaotic energy and baked goods, chaotic energy and baked goods. So he's like, hyper pupperino, hyper pupperino. Hi, bestie. I know. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put him in this bedroom and close the door while her mom, her dog come in, just so we can like meet, get acquainted, and it's not like off harness Elton comes running and on harness Libby is like, wah! And I'm like, oh, Elton, go back here, oh, hug, nice to meet you, like just make it a little less chaotic. So I think I'm just gonna close the door, have him lay in here in his bed, though once he hears the dog he'll probably be laying right behind the door, and just like have my time to meet Shayla and her mom, Tammy, and Libby, and then maybe Libby can come off harness and I'll let them then have their little meet, because I know they'll be real excited.
He's so excited.
He's just so excited.
He really picks up on your energy. He really does.
He really
Very intuitive.
If I'm not feeling well and I'm tired and I'm a little sick or something, he will just sleep all day. Like he's like, don't even take me out. I'll absorb the urine back into my bloodstream. Like he's like
very accommodating.
He's very accommodating. And then when he feels me like, he's like, oh, case in point. Okay, we both need to calm down. We just need to do some deep breaths. Hi. It's so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Fellow short like myself.
Yeah.
Karen told me, she's like, she's so like you. She's tiny, and her
Yeah.
dog even looks like Elton. And I was like,
Oh,
fantastic.
do they look alike?
Yeah, apparently they look like almost identical.
That's
Wow,
weird.
can't
Yeah.
wait to see them.
Yeah, I know. I figured I'll like let you take Libby off.
Yeah.
That's her name, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Libby. So I was like, I don't want to like have it be chaotic, like us meeting and them seeing each other, and I'm sure they're gonna have like Mira puppy
Yeah.
enjoyment seeing
Yeah.
each other. So,
These
oh, can I
diseases.
touch her,
Yes.
Libby?
Libby, why don't you stop sniffing the floor?
She says it smells like a dog in
Yeah.
here, Mom. Oh, she's so curly.
Uh-huh.
She just had a bath.
She just had a bath, so
You have such a curly bum. Hi. Ooh. She says, is that a water bowl I see?
Or food.
Yeah, she's like, there's no giblets in there, no. Does she look like him in person, Mom?
Not as much person. I think her face is different.
She's less furry. Elton's really thick.
Oh yeah.
He's a big boy. Hi. Hi.
It's like,
Something
what's
she
in there?
knows.
Door.
She knows.
All right. Do you want to meet my Elty Cheese Melty?
Yeah.
Are you guys
Are
ready?
you ready?
You're like a rocket.
They do look alike.
Oh my god, they do. Especially with their tails.
Oh, Libby's running away. Libby's got a smaller head.
Dogs go wild.
Libby wasn't expecting that.
Libby's like, I thought there might be a dog here. I knew it.
Are you starting shit
You
already?
too. You too.
Okay.
Oh my god, Elton's hiding behind me.
No, that's Libby.
That's Libby.
Yeah, I can't tell the difference between them.
That's funny that Libby's being shot.
Oh my lord. Elton like never gets to see dogs. It's very rare, so he's like
Oh my goodness.
freaking out.
It's a good thing the
Yeah,
press,
she's definitely smaller. For sure.
It's
I
a
think a
good
little
thing.
shorter and slimmer.
it's a good thing the press conference is over because my clothes are gonna get
Covered in fur.
Yeah.
All right, the dogs have met. They had their chaos. They had their fun, though they haven't had their treats yet. So
No.
that'll come soon. And Shayla and I just had a chance to like sit and chat, get to know each other a little better. And I wanted you guys to officially meet Shayla, Miss Shayla Brown,
Hi.
an actual blind working actress, which is very rare. So I thought that you could come on and maybe share just like a little bit of your story, a little bit of your journey, your experiences. First off, would you mind telling us like a little bit about your vision loss, what you can and can't see, just if you don't mind, if you're comfortable.
So I was born with retinopathy of prematurity. I was born 3 months early, which is way too early, so my retinas didn't fully develop. So in my right eye, it's completely detached. I can't see anything from there. And in my left eye, I have some vision. The way I like to describe it to people is that Like, I can see your face, but I can't see the details on your face, like what color eyes you have, if you have dimples or freckles, or like any kind of blemishes, which people always go, oh, that's nice, you can't see my pimples. Like,
I do have a pretty good pimple right now, so
well, I can't see it.
I look flawless. That sounds very similar to the way I saw it as a child.
Yeah.
Like I could, you see like solid shapes and colors and blurs of things, but like none of it's crisp or clear or detailed.
Not enough to read print.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you a Braille reader?
Yes.
Yeah, fellow Braille reader. So you're 19 right now, and you've been a working actress for how long?
Since I was 17.
So a couple of years now, and now that you've graduated high school, you were mentioning that you're pursuing it full time, which is so exciting and so awesome. You remind me of like me when I was your age, just a few of the experiences we've talked about, like just remind me of experiences that I had when I was your age, and like some of the frustrations you feel and have experienced, and like some of the unknowns ahead. Like being you 10 years down the line, I can say it'll all work out, but it's really hard at your age to feel that being true, because there's just so much fear. And I know that I have so much fear about my next 10 years, and I know 38-year-old Molly is gonna be like, you were fine, everything was gonna be good. So what was your like background in acting? You're an incredible singer. I see that on your Instagram.
Thank you.
So what's your background in like singing and acting? How did you get started?
I was always doing theater as a kid because I feel like sports were never really my thing. My parents tried to get me to skate, and I hated having to get up early. I didn't like how cold it was. They tried to get me into swimming. Nope, nothing clicked. But then I did like a theater camp in summer when I was 8. And it was just like this little like 2 or 3 week camp where we put on a play, and it was The Boy Who Cried Wolf, I believe. I got to play a sheep. I think that was the only thing that made sense for me. Like, it was the only thing that like could see myself really wanting to do.
That sounds so much like my journey, Mom. I was like 5 when I went to acting camp for the first time, and like begged my parents to put me into acting classes, and it was theater, like that was mostly what I did. And that was that's the passion just grew from there for performance and the entertainment industry as a whole. And so you obviously kind of did acting classes and plays here and there throughout your childhood growing up. And then how did you get like your first big role in TV, or what was your first big role, would you say?
I'd say my first big role was my first TV show, and I was only a day player on that show, but still that's a big step for someone to take, from going from just being like someone who performs occasionally to someone who's being paid to.
Yeah, if you're being paid, that's a big deal.
Yeah,
because it's not easy.
And it was on the Apple TV series C, about a future where everyone has gone blind. This was not what I was expecting my first role to be, because I got to play like this warrior, leader of an army, a blind army. I'm very small. I do not look like I don't have muscles. What I appreciated about that show was they went very out of like the normal casting types, because when the world changes,
there's no standard.
Yeah.
There's no expectation, right? Like when it's a different world, the leader doesn't have to be what you think of as a leader in this world.
No, yeah. So that was my first TV show, and that kind of really kicked things off for me.
How did you get that audition? Like, how did you get into working on C?
When I was doing theater classes, I was connected to this man, David Connolly. He is also disabled, and he is an incredible director, choreographer, who also just so happens to be a double amputee. He had heard that they were looking for blind people to audition for this show, and he's like, can I put your name forward? And this was at the point in the pandemic where we were all stuck in our houses. We had nothing to do. Theater was shut down, so I was like, I'm so sad and so bored, and I just have nothing to do. So I was like, well, there's nothing for me to do. I'm just gonna try that and see where it goes. I did like 6 auditions for like different parts, and that was the one that fit, and that's how I got that.
And then from there, what happened next?
So the casting director for C was casting Women Talking, which is an upcoming film by Sarah Polley, writer-director, and it's based off of a book by Miriam Taves, who is a Canadian author. And so the casting director, I guess, had a lineup of, they were looking for the actresses to play the two young teens in the roles in the film. And so I was asked to audition, and that was, I think you can understand when you're asked to audition for a character who isn't written as blind, it's a big deal because you're constantly having to play your blindness, that being able to leave that at the door, even just for one audition, is so liberating.
I mean, I've literally only ever been asked to do one audition that wasn't a blind character. Every other audition I get asked to do is for blind people, so.
I did that audition. I really couldn't tell what way it was going. Some people, like, they show it a little bit, but Sarah, I had no idea. She said thank you, I said bye, and a few months went by and I was like, okay, it didn't happen. And you learn to let things go as an actor. Like, I mean, this project felt particularly important to me, but I had gotten better at letting things go, so I let it go, and then I think I was in like school when I had gotten the notification that I had been pinned to play a completely different character than the one I had auditioned for. I didn't fit either of the two main teen roles, but Sarah liked me so much that she had written a completely different character for me and wanted to have me in the film anyways. And what was nice about this character is that she also, like, I brought my blindness into the character because as a blind person, you do that. But she had a bigger story to tell than just her blindness, and I didn't have to think about being blind that much, which is something that I want to do more often because, I don't spend my whole life thinking about my blindness.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, a gripe a lot of us who push towards better representation in Hollywood have with the way the media has portrayed disability as a whole, is that so many of the disabled characters, their entire storyline is about being disabled. Whereas for us who are disabled, like I always joke, I don't sit down and do my makeup, go, I can't do it in a mirror. Like, I don't think about not doing my makeup in a mirror. It's just how I do my makeup. Like, it just is a part of our identity, just as much as like being a redhead or being tall or, being an immigrant is just a part of somebody's identity. We don't like sit around thinking about the fact that we're a redhead who's tall or an immigrant, right? It's not like a constant thought in our heads. And that's what's so frustrating about so many disabled characters. And what many of us are pushing for is that can just be, like, it can just exist in a show or a movie or a play. The disability can just simply be there, and we don't even have to ever even mention it or talk about it or make a big deal out of it, because that's how real change comes, right? Yeah. So many times the only exposure to disability people have had is through media. And when all they've seen is that the disability is the focal point of our lives, they don't see how we could actually relate to each other.
Yeah.
Because they don't have that disability. They don't know anything about that. So how can I relate to you if I don't have anything in common with you? And it's kind of what I've tried to build my channel around, is this idea of showing people that, yeah, I'm disabled and it affects pretty much every part of my life and everything I do, but it doesn't change who I am.
Yeah.
I still like the same things as other people. I still need to do the same things in my daily life as other people do, and trying to normalize it. And I think media representation plays a huge role in normalizing disability for people. And so I think it's awesome that you met her and that she gave you that opportunity to just like be a character who happens to be blind, and that you were considered for a role. And I think that shows such huge, immense progress.
Yes.
And even if it's only one person in the industry who's made that progress, it only takes one person making that progress and proving that it works for other people to start to see that and get on board. And I know that something that I've faced a lot in this industry is people saying things like, well, wouldn't it be dangerous to have a blind person on set? Wouldn't it take a lot more time to have a blind person on set? How would you hit your marks? How would you do X, Y, Z? So can I've worked in commercial shoots, and I know that I'm perfectly capable of doing those things, and I can accommodate myself, but you actually worked in movies and big TV shows. So can you share a little bit about the experience and like what accommodations did need to be made, or how did you accommodate yourself to make sure that you could hit your marks and that you were safe on set?
I was working with very experienced and veteran actors, which I was very lucky to be doing. And so when the accessibility side came into play, it wasn't that big of a deal. Like, okay, I need to say this line when the camera hits this mark. Okay, then the actor beside me, Frances McDormand, was just gonna just do a little bit of a nudge, very subtle, and I would say the line and it would move on. And that was a really quick fix. And also for hitting my marks, they needed a certain position, and so what they did was that they made sure that our feet wouldn't be in the shot, and they put a sandbag down, and my feet would hit the sandbag, and I knew that I was in the right position. It was these really fast things that I didn't even need to say. They were just figuring it out with me, and we all were just having these conversations. And I think that continued into post-production. I was very lucky that I'm very close with Sarah Polly now. And what I was constantly making a point of saying is that we need to have audio description for the festivals. I know that audio description is generally for the big studio movies, it's generally coming when the movie comes out, but blind people go to film festivals. I want them to be able to see it. And so we had the audio description for the festivals, and even after that was done, I watched the film with audio description. I had some notes, and at first I was like, I'm not gonna say anything because I should just be grateful that I have audio description, because as blind people we are used to accepting the bare minimum.
Yes. And we're used to being told, you're lucky that we tried.
Yeah.
You're lucky that we gave you an opportunity. You're XYZ. Yeah.
But Sarah asked me, what did you think? And she's a very honest person, and she will let me say what I need to say, and before I even knew it, it was all coming out, all the things that I felt could be better and stronger, and she was like, okay, guess what? Last week they went in and re-recorded the audio description. So, change is happening, not just to help sighted people see blind people in a light that is more than just their blindness, but also so that blind people can access the work that they are in, and that their fellow people are in.
I love that so much, because a huge frustration for me, and I'm constantly trying to make those same pushes. Like, if you're using me in content, it needs to be accessible, and sometimes it happens and sometimes it doesn't, and it's frustrating.
Because if you're in it for one of us, you're in it for all of us. We need to stick up for each other, and not just me working on set, but what product is created once we're done. I need to know that the little blind girls and boys will see themselves on that screen, and they'll know that's Shayla, she's an actor who's blind. That means maybe I can do it too.
Yeah. And I know, like, for me, there's been so many simple fixes made on sets. Like, if I need to, when I was a TV host and hosted a TV show, I needed to talk to camera all the time, but we had a moving camera. So I literally had to, like, track with the camera. Well, I can't see it, but I can see light. And so we just rigged like a little light that went around the lens. And it didn't interfere with the actual lighting at all, because it wasn't bright enough to compete with proper studio lighting. But it allowed me to just focus on that light and spot the camera and be able to move with it as I spoke. Or, a quick walkthrough and I count my steps. Boom. I'm done.
Yeah.
Actors are on set all the time before they start rolling, and you do a run through without it being a proper take all the time.
Yeah.
And you just take that moment, count your steps, count your marks, and
it's just like anything else. It's not dangerous. I don't know where people got this idea where it's like, oh, isn't it dangerous to have like a disabled person on set? No, it's not. If you have a union approved set that should be safe for everyone anyways, we should be fine.
And the thing is, we are our own advocates. We accommodate ourselves every day constantly, because the reality is most of the world isn't made for us, and we have to constantly think, how am I going to make this accessible to me, right? And so I think people assume that they're going to have to do a lot for us, when we're actually really good at knowing ourselves and knowing what's going to work and what's best. So when does the movie come out?
The movie comes out this December. I believe the date has just been changed to the 23rd in the US. But yeah, we just had our LA premiere, and that was fun.
I can't wait to see it, that's for sure. And what's next for you? What's next on your journey?
Oh God, I have no idea. I've been auditioning, and that's fun.
This is just the beginning for you. There's such a bright future for you, because coming from like a small town in Ontario as a young blind girl who got her start in acting during COVID and who already got a role as that was originally not for a blind character, like, you've accomplished so much by 19, and now that you are done with high school and you're delving into this full time, I know it's really just the beginning, and I see such a bright future for you, and it's so inspiring for me, and it gives me so much hope to see how much things have changed in, you know, just these 3, 5, 10 years. And my mom reminded me that you won a giveaway of mine
Did.
back in 2017.
How many years ago was that? 5?
2017, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, yeah, 5 years, you're better at math than me.
God.
That's crazy. She won was it a Christmas
It
giveaway?
was a Christmas giveaway. I still have some of the things. I use the Penguin hot water bottle every time I have my period.
I loved that thing. He was so cute.
Yeah,
I got him at Aerie.
It is my favorite thing. I am wearing the perfume that you got. It's I Am Juicy Couture, and I think it's so fun. And there is a dog.
I know, I've been hearing Libby beside me. Libby's laying in Elton's bed, and then Elton just came to make a snorty sound. Thanks, Elton, for that contribution to the story.
Yeah, so I still have some of those things, and I use them on a regular basis. So it's like, it's weird that it was like, that was 5 years ago, and like the Penguin is still thriving, and you know, like, I use it all the time because girl gets period cramps.
This makes me so happy. Like, yeah, I totally see myself in you, like getting your Mira dog and pursuing acting, and it makes me so happy that people like you exist. And thank you for coming to me. I want to get you your gift, a new Christmas giveaway.
Ooh.
I got you a little gift. I put it together very last minute, so it's not my best work.
That's okay.
So I apologize for that. But there is something from Elton to Libby in here,
Ooh.
which I'm sure they've both been like sniffing out.
Yeah.
And my mom's gonna read the message. My mom's on a phone call right now,
Okay.
but she's gonna come read the message
Okay.
from the giveaway because I think it's really cute. Okay, so on top there is this stuffy. It doesn't heat up, but it is so cute.
It's so soft.
Isn't it the softest? It's from Two Blind Brothers.
Oh my god.
I'm sure you've heard of them.
Yes, I have.
And it's like basically a guide dog puppy.
Oh.
So it's like sponsor a guide dog type of thing.
Oh, this is so cute.
Isn't it so cute?
It is not for you.
There's Braille in the ear too. Yeah, Elton always thinks they're for him.
I was like, is it Libby or is it Elton? Because it could be either.
No, Libby's still chilling in Elton's bed.
Yeah. Oh my god. That's so cute.
Yes, and then we can't let Libby be left out. So there's this for her, which is a pink donut.
Oh my goodness.
So
She's gonna love this.
you're gonna love that Missy. It's so cute. I should let you open it, but I'm opening it for you so I can
okay.
tell you what things
It's
are.
okay.
Because otherwise, if you just open them, I won't be able to see what it is. So there's this, and this is from Sage, and it's a bunch of different essential oils.
That's cool.
And they like do different things. So like if you're feeling stressed, there's one that you roll on and smell. If you're like feeling nauseous, there's one that you roll on and smell. So they're like kind of different like health things.
That's cool.
Which is cute. And then there's this. I'll let you read this because you read Braille.
I can't read it. It's so faded.
It's Starbucks.
Oh, it's Starbucks.
It's a little Starbucks gift card.
I was like, there's an S, and then there. Yeah, okay, I see it now. Sometimes my Braille skills are a little rusty, man.
I know, once you leave school and you're not using it as
Yeah.
much. And then there's just this little like bag of different like skincare and like beauty goodies. There's like a little bracelet in there that says gratitude. So there's just like a bunch of little goodies. There's this really cute keychain in there.
Oh.
And it says Posse with like a little oh my god, what are they called? A little troll doll. It's like very tactile. I love it.
Oh.
And one of the boxes even has Braille on it.
That's cool.
I specifically picked that. I was like, she needs one of the beauty products with Braille on it. And then there's this. They're called gua sha. It's like to massage and drain your face. The final little goodie is also for Libby. I'll show the camera so they can see how delicious it looks. It's like a little chocolate bar for dogs.
Oh my god.
Here, I'll give it to you.
Oh my god, this is so cute.
And I have a brownie for Elton. For dogs, obviously.
Yeah.
So I thought we could both give them their little treats together,
Yes.
so neither feels like left out.
Yeah.
Okay, this is Elton's brownie. Okay, you two.
These chocolate
Here
bar.
you go.
Okay, now do smell gentle with your fingers. That was not very okay. I'll accept it.
Yummy, yummy, yummy puppies.
Is that a good chocolate bar?
They look very happy.
They're munching and crunching. Libby is on the bed. She was so pleased with herself when she got on the bed, and then Elton was looking at her like, "What are you doing up there? We're not allowed on the bed." And I was like, "Elton, you're allowed on the bed." And he's like, "We're not allowed on the bed." So Libby's been happily on the bed, and now they're gonna get their toys. So Elton has his little teddy. Elton
Aww.
loves toys. I don't know about Libby, but Elton's a toy guy.
Maybe has
And Libby's going to get hers.
Do you want your donut?
What you doing?
She goes, "I want whatever he
No,
has."
she wants the teddy.
Here you go. Yeah, you
Yay! Whee!
Yeah.
Oh no!
Just moving it around.
What's he doing?
Elton now has Libby's toy. Here, let's give Libby. Let's give Libby. Oh, now she's got his toy.
Yep.
Oh, and he's got hers.
Okay, so my mom just read the message that Shayla sent after winning the giveaway, and I was like, "Why did you read that off camera?" I was getting teary-eyed, so we're gonna reenact it, and I'll pretend I'm getting teary-eyed again. And scene.
Okay, here we go. So we'd phoned Shayla. Then we said, "Shayla, can you please send your address? Congratulations, you are the winner of the female Christmas giveaway. This was November 25th, 2017.
Which is crazy, because what day is it today? It's November 18th. It's
So very close.
Very close.
1 week away.
Isn't that crazy? Thank you guys so much. I love you. I was so shocked on the phone. I couldn't express my gratitude, but I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. You've motivated me so much ever since I started watching your videos. I'd also like to thank you for introducing me to the Mira Foundation. Thanks to you, I will be going to Quebec this summer to train for my very first guide dog. Thanks to you, I will be able to be independent. And also thanks to you, I've learned to speak out on accessibility issues. For example, yesterday, I talked to my bank about making the ATM machines more accessible for blind people because at this point, I have never been able to do it myself or efficiently. Thank you for teaching me that if we work together, the world can be made not just for the average, but for everyone. Show your bag, Molly. Where's the bag? And the bag's message,
The bag,
which is a
So
flicker,
the gift bag that your gift was just in, it says better
together.
Was that planned?
No.
No!
This is completely unplanned. It's funny because the conversation we were just having before my mom came in and read that message was about how we need to work together. Like, just the community. Like, disabled people, blind people, like,
We can't.
supporting each other is how we get further.
We can't be fighting with each other. We can't be comparing each other's experiences. We need to say, that's how you do it. This is how I do it. That's cool. Great. We need to be lifting each other up instead of tearing each other down, because if we aren't supporting each other, then how do we expect the
Society too.
Yeah.
You know, just it's so important to not view life as a competition. And I was saying, I don't care if I get the role or not. I want somebody who's blind to get the role. Life isn't a competition. We're working together, and like you said, and like the bag better together. And when we're all working towards creating change, the change is going to happen a lot faster.
Yeah,
this
there's
is-
all different messages here. It's so cute.
I know,
watching
back
them.
and forth through the years of us
Yeah.
DMing. Huh.
Hey!
You can probably hear a dog squeaking his toy. Happy as can be. He's like, "Oh, sorry, are you filming? I would like to be in on the action. I would like to be in on the action. Look at my new toy, guys. Do you see my new toy? I love it. I love it. Though that Libby, she stole the donut. It was never your donut. This was your toy."
Your hair just
Fixing
got
my
caught.
hair while filming. So Shayla and Libby just left, and her mom Tammy. They're just all so adorable and sweet, and we had so many great chats both on camera and off camera, and the dogs certainly had a hoot of a good time. Yeah, your little curly-haired girl, huh? Yes. Isn't he just... You just want to eat
adorable.
him. He's just so cute. We're going to take a bite out of his face. You're just so cute. They were just so sweet. Please go follow Shayla on TikTok and Instagram. I'll have it linked down below. She goes by the same username on both platforms. I just see such big things in her future. I think she has so much to bring to the industry and to our community. And I'm so excited that she exists. So definitely go check her out, support her on her journey. Yeah, that's all. I had a great time. I think even I have a lot to learn from her. And yeah, that's all. That's all. I could keep rambling, but I won't. So until
Yay.
next time, you can click over here to meet the 2 girls I trained with at Mira, because she very much reminds me of Miss Ella Shay, and I already got them hooked up on Instagram. I was like, you guys need to be friends. So I'm very happy they are. Check that out to meet 2 other little Mira girlies, or click over here to check out my most recent upload. Love you guys. Bye.